I've also coached more than 25,000 females to do exactly the same. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the top 5 things that I will focus on if I'm starting from zero and I want to build a super successful coaching business in 2026. So first and foremost, I want to share with you that if you're thinking it is too late and that the market is way too saturated, I will disagree with you. I actually think it is still a good time to start a coaching business. However, you have to do a couple of things differently. You also have a massive advantage because social media is working in a different way than it used to work 10 years ago when I started. So when I started, it was pretty much the people that you have into your circle, into your environment. It was hard to get people that you don't know. We didn't have these algorithms that allowed strangers to find us literally today. If you post something today, a stranger can find you. What I'm seeing now is that the process of closing someone from a stranger to a buyer, specifically for me, it is way shorter than it used to be before. Before it took us time to get this covered, but now organic reach works, I would say, so much better than it used to. It's just a matter of if you get it. So we will get to that point. But the number one thing is I will first and foremost work on my mindset. And this is a game that you have to play all the time. So working on your mindset is like exercising. It is like workout. It is like going to the gym. You wouldn't just get fit and then stop doing it. You have to do it all the time. So you have to work on your mindset as a coach yourself, because let me tell you something, there's a lot of people who need to work on their mindset as a coach. You cannot lead people if you are unstable, if you have bad mindset, if you have fixed mindset that is not allowing you to grow, and you go and you have the audacity to teach people how to do it. No. So you will have to work on your mindset. It's a must, and you have to work on it every single day. Also, you have to work on your mindset as an entrepreneur. This is also very important. So you're not just a coach, you're an entrepreneur, and these are two different things, and you have to work on that as well. You have to be patient, you have to be disciplined, you have to have the ability to bounce back fast, you have to have good emotional intelligence, you just have to work on your mindset. So if you feel like your mindset is not on point, I will highly encourage you to start working on that and build the identity of a 7-figure coach, because that's very different. I was thinking very different when I started making 5 figures a year, when I started making 6 figures a year, and when I started making 7+ figures a year. Very different. In fact, recently, I was going back through old content and old stuff and old strategies, and I literally look at some of the things and I said, well, now I know why they didn't work, because it was of my mindset that was not allowing me to adopt strategies to actually help me or to show up in a specific way or do things in a specific way. I was thinking small. So the second thing is I would focus on one specific problem. If I'm just starting, I will not focus on 1,000 things as a coach. I will focus on one simple, specific problem, one solution, one outcome, not 5. Not 6, okay? Figure out what is something that you as a coach can solve as fast as possible. So for example, I have a client who has been in the fitness industry for quite a long time, but she's never been a coach. And then she figured out actually how to drop body fat really fast within 8 to 12 weeks. She did it to herself last year. She now has the results. She looks snatched. She looks amazing. And she knows how to deliver this result fast. It's a fast result because it takes 8 to 12 weeks. And in the fitness coaching industry, you will know that's solid. That's a great result to have within 8 to 12 weeks. So instead of focusing on gajillion things, how to grow a booty, how whatnot, she just focused on selling the solution of how to drop body fat within 8 to 12 weeks. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing else. She's only selling that, and she is scaling so fast. It is ridiculous. In fact, we had this conversation that she needs to rethink things because she's scaling so fast. She now needs more people, more support. Everything is happening really fast. She just started. So one specific problem, one solution as fast as possible. So if your transformation is going to take a lot of time, I will not start, for example, teaching people how to make 1 million if I'm just starting now as a business coach. I will not do that. That's why in the beginning, I never used this type of language, even though when I started officially coaching, it was after years helping companies to bring in millions, multi-millions. It was after years consulting for businesses, and yet that wasn't the first thing that I started with because I knew it's going to take a lot of time to deliver these results for a lot of people. I could not promise to make a millionaire in 30 days. That's not going to happen, especially if you're just starting. Maybe if you're at multiple six figures, it will happen. So you get what I'm saying. Then the next thing is content strategy. It's one of the most important things. So I will think of my offer as fast as possible. Literally in the next 30 minutes, I will craft my offer. I will solidify it with AI. I will solidify it with my audience if they are willing and able to invest in it. I will go and speak to people who are going to buy it. And then I will leave this forever. I will forget about my offer and tweaking it and fiddling around with it and thinking about it and spending hours on it. And I will put all of my energy into content because content is the most important thing. Okay, so I will create so much content, reels, videos. I will put myself everywhere. In fact, that's exactly what I did a couple of years ago when I wanted to scale even more. We started creating so much content on so many different places that people were literally saying, "What are you doing? You're on my feed the whole time." That's exactly what I wanted. So I will start thinking about a content strategy that allows me to be on the platforms that I choose, not all platforms. You're not going to post on all of the platforms. You're going to choose a couple of platforms. And by the way, if you want to learn more about content strategy, I will put a link below to get a video where I go into details what content strategies are going to work in 2026. So go and look for it. But I will make sure this is my priority. The number one thing, like delivery and content, is going to be the most important thing. Which brings me to building an audience. Like I will make sure every single day, every single thing I do is to grow an audience of buyers. Not creating an audience of followers that just follow me and like things, but consciously build an audience with buyers. There's multiple ways to do that through the content that you put out, the strategy that you choose, and the platforms that you use. All of this can guarantee willing and able to buy people. But this will be also one of the things that I will focus on. And then last but not least, I will turn this word into my mantra. And the word is traffic, 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 which is so similar to content and audience. Because if you have the proper content strategy, if you are audience driven, traffic will be natural. But you want to drive traffic to your offers every single day. Every single day. Traffic, traffic, traffic. So these are the 5 things that I will focus on. I'm going to drop more links in the description to discuss every single one of these topics because they're so important. These are the things that will help you to build a multiple 7-figure coaching business in 2026.